So I started thinking more about kind of the platinum mine collapse with Sweet Baby, and in this regard, because this is really at a certain stage the way that now they're like getting into discords with people and are like, well, maybe you, and it's one of these things of, okay, artists always need their benefactor. It's just the way it is. Da Vinci needed the Medicis. So there's the famous Don Medici as Jupiter, and all the sons as the various deities around him. And this was one of the things that made the Medicis then pay for Da Vinci's fundamentally livelihood. And he did great things for them, and their name their name lives on forever because of their attachment to a top name artist as benefactor. Now, the other way around, Sweet Baby Incorporated shows up, their touch is cold, it does not make gold. They show up, they advise people on how to design their video game, and especially, quote unquote, the narrative. So the writing, the writing, and the writing is somehow so bad, the video game itself doesn't even work. Over and over again, multiple times, that the video games that they've been around don't even function correctly. But beyond all that, they sink the entire project. Now, at some point it becomes, well, what would you have done? Suicide Squad would have had, for one, I have not heard anybody talk about the Suicide Squad's handler. She doesn't have superpowers. She's a black cop, kind of agent of some sort. Brilliant character, brilliantly written character in the comic book, because she has to outsmart all of these devious supervillains all the time and keep them in line. So then beyond that, you have all of these various supervillains that have existed, and all you need to do is to have Suicide Squad case by case. The reward is their lair. You then have the ability to decorate the lair, because then you have a build menu. You open up the live service ability for there to be a wide variety of PvP in these lairs with something like the Fortnite build ability. This is just a formula that is almost too easy to even imagine. I don't understand this, and it's like, oh well, that would have been like other games, and it's like, you mean successful games that people really like, and now you have something that has actually sunk the franchise and might sink like a section of a company, and and when it comes to independent video game small video game companies, you might have sunk them totally. And that this keeps happening, so one is that either you're kind of doing this on purpose, or it really is you just are a bunch of terribly bad artists. Like, you really do not understand your audience, and you don't understand the material you're working with. This appears to be the issue frequently. Throughout all these comic book movies, so I think about it and I'm like, what would you have done? I'm like, yeah, I would have had something where Suicide Squad fights the 1000. The Royal Flush Gang always gets to reappear. Royal Flush Gang comes back over and over and over again. You could have had them fight, what's it called? A variety of kind of odd, forgotten characters, like the Ragman. You could have had them team up with the Question or the Shadow. All sorts of chances at really fascinating kind of banter and cutscenes with these types of characters. If it were Marvel, it would be almost Saints Row the Third-esque comedic but fun thing of Power Man and the old Captain or old Ms. Marvel teamed up, and that would have been the shit. Things like that would have been the shit, but instead, you just fucked it up. I mean, you guys just botched it completely. You botched it, and the whole thing comes down to Da Vinci got paid by the Medicis to make art for the rest of his life. You guys are going to have to beg everyone, and then on top of it, not just beg people, but then beyond that, you actually are going to have to kind of shake companies down to hire you because you're so bad at art. That's just, I mean, like, wow, what? That's an amazing job if you can get it. What a gig. All right, well, there we go. Talk to you guys later.